welcome to the recorded webinar, Choosing a Broker. We're just going to go through some of the things that you need to consider when looking for a broker. Obviously, in the beginner level 1 course, we do give you some recommended brokers that we've either used ourselves, we do use ourselves, or we've certainly done the research on. Okay, so there's a few points to consider which we'll address in this recorded webinar. Let's move through the slides. Okay, things to consider: how the broker makes their money, analysing the spread, regulation, and location. Okay. Now, how the broker makes their money. This is very important because it's going to give you an insight to how above board they are. Okay, because not all brokers that are out there are above board. There's literally hundreds of them online, and we're going to go into how you can spot those. We're going to look at analysing the spread to see whether it's decent. We're going to look at regulation, the type of regulations that are out there to protect you, and we're going to look at how you can look at location as a telltale sign of a good broker as well. Okay, so not all brokers are above board. How they make their money, let's put them under the microscope. A bucket shop broker, a hedging broker, ECM brokers, and STP brokers. These are the 4 main categories of broker. Okay. What's important is you want to choose a broker that doesn't want you to fail. Okay. There's many brokers out there, bucket shop brokers mainly, and also hedging brokers that actually want you to fail. Okay. So let's have a look at those in more detail. Bucket shop brokers. Okay, now these sort of brokers that have no interest in you succeeding as a trader. Okay, what happens is when you take trades, they fulfill those orders by taking a trade opposite to yours on their own in-house platform. Okay, so they have an active wish for you to fail so that their trade wins. Okay, these are known as bucket shop brokers. An example: they need to be able to fill every order you place on your trading platform, and they do this by taking the opposing position of every trade you make. Since they will have an opposing position open for every trade that you make, they will actually lose money every time you have a winning trade. Imagine that you bought the euro-US dollar pair because you think the euro is going to appreciate. Well, in order to provide market access to you, the broker will have to take a position where they are selling euro-US dollar in order for your trade to go through. Since they are in a sell position here, it is in their best interest for the euro to depreciate in value or to see you lose your trade. So whereas you have one option to win on that trade, and that's for the euro to appreciate in value, the broker, the bucket shop broker, 2 options. Either you fail by you get stopped out before the euro goes in the right direction, or the trade goes in their direction and you fail. Okay, so they have 2 options to win, you only have the 1. The next broker to consider is called a hedging broker. These are also a bit of a dark cloud on the Forex industry. Now, the hedging broker, they assume, as is statistically correct, that 95% of Forex traders, retail Forex traders such as yourselves, will fail. Okay, that's a harsh fact. 5% actually make money. When you join one of these hedging brokers, they assume that you're going to be one of the Forex traders which is going to fail. So they put you in category B. They know over a long period of time that eventually you'll blow your account, because 95% of traders do. So whilst you're taking trades in the Forex market, the broker, whether they're actually placing them against other traders or not, who knows? They may not actually be doing that at all. They're literally just acting like a spread betting company and fulfilling your bets of buy, sell on different currency pairs. Eventually you'll blow your account. Let's say you have a £7,000 account. Eventually you blow your account, so the broker will keep your £7,000. Now let's say you're one of the 5% of traders that actually make money in the Forex market. How is a hedging broker going to deal with that? They don't really like us, but they put up with us because they have to, really. We've joined their brokerage, so they have to put up with us. So the way they deal with this is, after a period of time that you've been trading with them, if they start to see that you are consistently winning, they'll move you over to category A. Now, every time that everybody in category A takes a trade, the broker will take the same trade in the interbank exchange so that they actually make money from the Forex market to be able to pay your bets. Okay? That's a hedging broker. Again, they have an active will for you to be able to fail. They want you to fail so that they can keep your account balance. Now, the other brokers that we're going to look at, now these are the ones that you want to be looking at. An ECN broker and an STP broker. Now, an ECN broker, ECN is short for Electronic Communications Network, and it's a more trader friendly, simply because the broker does not have a vested interest in seeing you fail. In order to understand how this type of setup works, remember that the goal of any broker is to provide market access and liquidity. A Forex market maker or bucket shop broker does this by taking an opposing position to every trade you place, as we've discussed. But an ECN broker does this by routing your trade order through their communications network and matching it with another trader. For example, if you take a buy trade, they will automatically route that trade through their network until they find somebody selling the same position, and they will match that trade. ECN brokers are a good choice because they're making money purely off the spread. As we discussed in the videos in the Learning Center basics lessons, you'll see the spread, the difference between the ask and the bid price there is how the broker is making their money. So this is the ECN broker. The STP broker is similar, except the STP broker is using, they're basically using what is called a stop-through broker, okay? Where they pass your trade onto a liquidity company, and they will actually trade your trades, match your trades through the interbank exchange. So it's similar to an ECN broker, but they're not to be confused the same, okay? In order to be a true ECN broker, a broker must provide real-time depth of market, also known as DOM, where information in a window on their trading platform showing every single order to allow traders to see exactly where their liquidity lies. ECN brokers do not simply pass orders straight to a liquidity provider like STPs do. An ECN broker charge a commission for providing a marketplace where traders can trade against each other. Okay, so that's the difference. The majority of spread betting companies in the UK are STP brokers. Okay. So in short, STP brokers have an interest in you succeeding so that you stay with them to continue to trade so that they can make money from the spread. When they pass over your trade to a liquidity provider, the liquidity provider will charge the STP broker a spread, but obviously the STP broker will add to that spread and charge you for that a little bit more. So that's basically how an STP broker works. But the thing to remember is they're not making money off you losing or winning trades. So there's no vested interest in how your performance affects their company. So the thing to remember, avoid bucket shop brokers, hedging brokers, and stay in the boundaries of ECN and STP brokers. Okay, let's move on. Analyzing the spread. Different brokers will have different spreads. Okay, if you haven't watched the What is the Spread video, then you should do so before you continue with this webinar. A telltale sign that a broker is using the bucket shop broker model is that they have zero spreads. If they have zero spreads, then they must be making their money from another source. Hence, taking the opposing trades to the trades that you're taking, or taking it on the basis that you're going to lose those trades. The zero spread model used by bucket shop brokers is a good way to entice new clients. Now, because people that lose their accounts or blow their accounts will move to another broker or they'll give up trading Forex, they need to entice new clients all the time. And the zero spreads tool is a good way of doing that. I'm not saying that every single broker that has a zero spread model is a bucket shop broker. It might be that they only use zero spreads on a couple of the major pairs, assuming that you're going to trade other pairs that have a spread. And they will probably make up on the other pairs by having a slightly larger spread than would normally. If a broker has zero spreads across the board, then you have to ask the question, how are they making their money? Regulation. Regulated brokers have to adhere to certain rules to keep you safe. Make sure that they are in place. Now, on the website, on the Learning Center website, in Lesson 1, the beginner level, I have put a link there for a list of all the financial bodies that regulate brokers in the different countries. The main ones being, the main country is the United Kingdom, is the Financial Conduct Authority, which you can see the stamp there. The United States, they have a couple, the Security and Exchange Commission, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, which you can see there with the eagle in. And Australia, they have the Australian Securities Investment Commission. You can see that, the ASIC. And Canada, they have the OSFI and the BSIF. They're your major countries, but please visit the link on the in the lesson there to see your country and which financial institute regulating or should be regulating your broker. If you don't see this and a registered number on the website for the brokerage, then please be cautious and avoid that broker. They're obviously not regulated. Now, location. Location is also a telltale sign of a good or reputable broker. Location can be a little tricky as there are many options to hire virtual premises these days, which can make a business look legitimate when it is not. Use a broker with premises in your own country. It doesn't necessarily mean that the broker is from for instance, the United Kingdom, but if they have premises here and in other countries, then it is likely that they're going to be more legitimate than somebody running a brokerage from their bank in Toledo or one offshore broker in Panama. Okay, so be aware of countries which have strict financial institutional laws. If there's a brokerage placed there, then the chances are they're reputable and they're being regulated. Another telltale sign is look for adverts on the big news channels. Most of these brokers now that are big enough to have the liquidity to be able to balance the trades out are big enough also to advertise on the big news channels, things like Bloomberg, CNN, CNBC. You'll often see their adverts putting up on those channels. So keep an eye, if you've got a broker in mind, keep an eye out to see if their advert pops up on those big news channels. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful. If you have any questions, then there will be a Q&A session on this section of the learning curriculum. So please look out for your email address and we'll be sending those links through for the live Q&A sessions. Thanks for watching.